to the Inno Talk podcast. We'll no topic is off limits. Now here's your host, my daddy, and Void of Soul. Thank you for coming to the Inno podcast. Boom, swat, boom.
In 3, 2, 1. Toriano Porter back in the building. He's back, baby.
Man. Listen, man, I was just saying off air to you, Ryan, man, it's always a pleasure to be invited somewhere.
Yeah.
But to be invited in your space, man, when I know the work you're doing on the ground, I see you, man. You out here. You're doing a great job promoting, connecting with the people, man. And for me to be a part of this one more time, I'm blessed and honored, man. Thank you.
Woo, you guys gave me goosebumps. Yeah, that gave me goosebumps for real. I've been struggling. I've been struggling lately with it. But that's not what we were talking. What were we just talking about before I started?
I don't know, but let's do this. Let's do this.
Salute.
We have to do it. It's mandatory.
Yeah. Oh, I know what it was. I want to start this off by Apollo. Don't steal that fucking. That's a Vegas lie. I got that from Vegas. Yeah, I saw where you were going. Your initial instinct was, I'm going to steal this motherfucker. It's like, you're a lighter thief.
No, nothing like that. I was getting it out the view of the camera.
One of them lighter thieves. So I owe you an apology. And you probably it's probably one of those things where you don't even care. It's not even in your mind at all. But in my mind, it's in my mind quite often.
Talk to me.
I hit you up, I guess, about a year ago. Because it was about a year ago. I hit you up. I was like, man, we need to get together and have drinks. And you're like, all right, cool. I was like, and I was on vacation at the time. I was in Montana with my family. And I was like, all right. And I was like, when I get back, let's go meet up for drinks and hang out. And I didn't follow through with it completely. I had, I've talked a little bit about the podcast. I got diagnosed with panic disorder, and like I was going through a real tough time. Right at that time, it just started hitting me. Like I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what a panic attack was. Mm-hmm. I had some anxiety, but this was like I thought I was dying. Multiple times, I took myself to the emergency room. I'm like, what's going on? My heart's going crazy. I had to wear I went to a cardiologist. I had to wear a heart monitor for a couple weeks. Started seeing a psychiatrist, like just. And anyways, long story short, I didn't end up following through. I was just battling with my own, but that's not an excuse.
Gotcha.
I should have been like, hey, sorry, man. I know I said we would do drinks, and I never like followed back up on that to do that. And I was going to apologize recently about it, but I was like, well, I'm going to have him on the podcast. I've been wanting to have you. I've been in my mind saying, oh, I need to get him back on the podcast for about 4 months now. And finally, the whole time in my head, I'm just telling myself I don't need to do an official apology because I'm going to have him on the podcast soon. Yeah. And then it started so much. I get in my head. You know, you see where all this comes from. I get in my head. Anyways, blah, blah. I apologize to you.
Man, listen here, bro. Apology accepted.
All right.
This is what's crazy, right? First of all, you know, when you start talking about things like panic disorder and panic attacks, that leads me to think that, you know, that shit's real. And so I'll never make slight of that, man. And this is one thing that I've always known in my adult life, man. People never know what people going through, man.
Right.
My best friend, I have 2 best friends, man. We talked about this before. Mm-hmm. My best friend Nose was shot and killed at 33. My best friend from high school, Ricky, committed suicide. He took his own life at 35. That happened back to back for me, man. And so and I remember being so pissed off at my boy Ricky, man, because I've known this dude since I was 15. We went through some hard scrambled stuff, man. And I say stuff, but because I don't want to keep cursing on your podcast, even though I can. But we went through some hard nosed stuff in the 90s growing up, man. And for him to do that, I remember being pissed off at his funeral, right? And then something just was like, get over yourself. You don't know what that man was going through, because I lived here at the time. I lived here. This was 2009, and Ricky lived in Springfield, Missouri. He went to college down there. It was Southwest Missouri State at the time, but it's Missouri State now. He was just running track, graduated and just stayed down there, was coaching, teaching. Some things we talked about when we were 15 and 16, what we wanted to do in life, man, as young kids in Eureka, Missouri. And if you want to talk about backgrounds and stories, we can get into that, man. But my point is this: you never know what people are going through. So I accept your apology wholeheartedly. But here's the thing: I said the same thing to you. I said the same thing to you, and I didn't follow. I said, bro, this got to be bigger than the podcast because we connected, man. I've interviewed and been interviewed. Obviously, you didn't get the people my bio, but my name is Toriano Porter.
Sorry, I just assumed people remember from the first time. Go on.
My name is Toriano Porter. I'm an opinion writer for the Kansas City Star's editorial board. I'm a 3-time author. I also have an audio book and an ebook. I've been in this game since 92, like Biggie. But anyway.
What's the name of your book?
The Pride of Park Avenue, James Cool, The 5 People You Meet in the Hood Before You Get to Heaven.
That's the one I read.
I love it.
Multiple times.
Absolutely. So, hey, but my point is this, man. Like, I'll accept your apology, but I said the same thing to you.
Yeah.
And I didn't follow up. And here we are. Because we connected. That's my point. I've interviewed plenty of people. I've never wanted to, like, just hang out and be cool with them. You know what I mean? And so I promised you the same thing. So I want to apologize to you for not following with my words. So
well, I don't accept your apology.
You don't have to.
Grudge like a motherfucker.
You motherfucker, you. I love it. I love it.
Yes, of course I accept.
I love it.
And yeah, that is why I invited you for drinks too. Because I remember you saying that. It's like, we got to do that. Like I make a few connections.
Yeah, man.
Here and there on the podcast.
Yeah, they're genuine, man.
And it's hard to like. I got to just, you got to put the effort in.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you,
that goes for anyone out there listening. If you meet a connection, if a friendship goes two-way street, you both have to like put in the work. And I'm so bad at that.
And I Googled. You and I are only 2.3 miles away.
Wow.
I could ride my bike over here, so there's no excuse, so I apologize.
Wow, I could run to you. I'm a runner.
I'm a biker.
I saw that you pulled up with your bike rack on.
Yeah, baby.
What kind of bike? What kind of? I remember weren't we talking about last time? Like you're into like some white boy stuff.
That's what you call it. That's funny. I'm an urban yuppie, sir.
Yeah.
But no, man. I used to have a mountain bike that I got from the pawn shop for $60. I invested about $200 in repairs, and that was my baby. That was my baby. I called it a Shamu. And we went to 7 different cities and rode. You know what I mean, including St. Louis, KC, Chicago. But I came back from Oklahoma City one day, forgot to unmount it off my bike rack, and I didn't have it secured, and someone stole it.
Damn.
And bro, that sent me into an emotional tailspin. I can't even. I'm not
Really?
bullshitting with you. I was pissed off and I was sad, man, because at that time, and this is something a lot of people don't really. Let me not say that. There's a trope out here, right? There's a trope out here that black people in the black community don't talk about mental health. That's bullshit, because we do.
Yeah.
We do.
I think it's put out there that men don't really talk about it, and especially our age.
There's a stigma, right? So let's break that stigma down as we talk, man. Bro, I was fucked up over that because that biking was my therapy. There's something about getting on my bike, throwing on my headphones, getting in the traffic or getting on the trails or getting in nature and riding. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Listen, and just vibing out, man, because I don't get a lot of time to myself, man. I'm a dad. I'm in the community. I'm a writer, you know. I don't get a lot of time to myself. I have other commitments. And so when I'm on that bicycle, that's my time to myself, and I'm one with nature. Mm-hmm. And it's therapeutic for me because at that time I wasn't seeing a therapist at that time. I was just living my life, you know what I'm saying? And that was my therapy. Mm-hmm. And when I woke up that morning, I knew I messed up. I knew I messed up because when I woke up that morning, even before I looked outside and knew my bike was gone, I said, fuck. And when I looked outside, I said, fuck. Yeah. They took my mountain bike, which really was devastating. So for about 6 weeks, I looked for my bike from Independence to Lee Summit to Kansas City. And anybody on a bicycle was a suspect until they weren't, right? And so and finally, after 6 weeks, I got over it. I said, okay, I'm going to go get a new bike. So there's a resale bike shop in Midtown Kansas City, about 55th, 56th and Troost. It's right next to Rockhurst and UMKC. I went in there and they had this felt bike. It's 5 pounds. It's made of carbon. I call her Dirty Diana. She's a bad bitch. I love her.
Double D.
Double D. And so I went in there. I saw it. It's like a little road bike. It's nothing special, but it was. They wanted $200 for it, but then they figured out that it was really special, so they upped it to $400. But I paid for it. I paid for the $400 for it. I've had it ever since, and I broke it in. I got on the Amtrak, and I went to Chicago with my bike.
Oh, cool.
And I rode Lake Michigan, and I
cool.
came back. So I still have her now. We've been in probably about 7-8 cities, man. So it's been a good thing, man.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'm an urban yuppie. And you know what's funny about the bike rack? I resisted for years to put that shit on my back. Because I'm cool. I gotta be running around here like some
cool with a bike rack.
I want to be running around here like some damn suburban granddad or something. You know what I mean? But hey, listen, whatever you got to do to stay healthy. Fuck being cool. You know what I mean? Fuck being like, it's about being healthy, man.
Well, there's something even cooler about owning it. When you just own, like, yo, this is what I do. Here it is.
I like coffee. I like bourbon. I like biking. I love riding. I love being a dad. Man, I own everything. Even that ugly shit. Like, even that ugly shit I own, man.
Me too.
Yeah.
How far will you ride?
Okay. That's great. I can ride between 30 and 40 miles and be cool.
Okay.
I can ride between 30 and 40 miles and be cool. There's a legendary trail that starts here at Arrowhead / Kauffman Stadium, which we call the Truman Sports Complex. It's called the Rock Island Trail. Sorry. I said the Katy Trail because that's on my bucket list. I want to ride my bike on the Katy Trail, but it's called the Rock Island Trail. The starting point on this side of the metro is at Kauffman Stadium, Arrowhead. So I got on there. I actually rode my bike from my house to Arrowhead to T Trail and rode the trail 13.5 miles to Lee Summit, and I redid the return trip.
Oh.
But I stopped in Raytown. And I went to Crane's Brewery.
Oh, nice.
And I had an IPA.
Oh, nice. Nothing wrong with that.
And I finished my trip, right?
It's not like you're in a race.
So in total, that was about 38 miles. You know what I'm saying? And I did it with minimum. Oh, Lord.
Got him.
I did it with minimum issue. Now, I had to build up to that. I just can't wake up and do it. But so my max is about 30 to 40 miles. But I have some friends. One of my good friends that I introduced to biking, this dude did 100 miles. Easily.
Yeah.
Binks is my
I don't
guy.
know. I like to run.
I can't even
For a
imagine.
couple reasons. Because number one, it's free. Number two, I'm good at it. And you don't have to worry about anything getting stolen. And then also, I think, here's a hot take for you might not like. I think biking is cheating.
That's one man's perspective. You know what? I don't think my body, my feet, my knees could handle running on concrete.
Yeah.
Right?
You can run on a trail.
Okay, how about this? I never liked running. And
there you go. I hate it. I hate running.
Right,
I hate it.
And I was an athlete. The only reason I even...
Me too. I was a soccer player. I run.
So that means you can run off all day.
I can, but it doesn't mean I like to. I hate running. I've
love it.
always hated it. I've just been good at it. I said I was good at it. I didn't say I liked it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Hey, listen, that's what I love about humans.
Yeah.
We all have our thing,
Yeah.
but we're active. And we're still out here. We're young.
Some of us
The
are active.
birds are great, but we're still out here like we 22, right? Now, I like to tell people I'm 27 for life. I don't know. Taylor Swift said 22, and I'm 27 for life.
Yeah. I feel like I'm like 24.
Oh, boy.
Not physically or anything, but because your brain doesn't fully develop until 25. So I feel like my brain still has some developing it needs to do.
You know, man, all the reading I've done since I was 9, my mom got me a library card. I wish I would have paid more attention to the fact that alcohol and drugs will stunt your development. You know, I really stayed clear.
I'm just now finding this out. Are you kidding me?
I really stayed clear of all that stuff until I got to college. And I got turned out at about 18, 19. Just marijuana and alcohol, but still, it really did slow my development, man. So
Yeah.
I preach to my children, like I really preach to them to stay drug, alcohol, and sex free. I really do, man. I do. I mean, I know it's a challenge, but I do.
Yeah.
Because I have real life examples of how it fucked up people's lives. You know.
Do your kids listen? Because you've had a much different upbringing than them, and a lot of insane hardships.
Mm-hmm.
Do they listen to you and like? They can't live that experience, but can they feel kind of that experience through you?
You know, just to give your people a background about me as a dad. I have 7 children, 6 surviving. I lost my firstborn son, Toriano II, on September the 28th, 2009, to gun violence in North St. Louis. Right, but my surviving children, my oldest is 24. I have a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old. And I have 13 and 12.
My man does work.
Some of them listen to me and some of them don't, right? And so my oldest boy, I preached to him the importance of just staying alcohol, drug, and sex free. This is why. I really believe if I had not picked up a bottle of alcohol and a joint when I was 18, 19 as a college athlete, that I would have gave myself a better opportunity to be a professional athlete.
Same here.
What I learned is that alcohol and drugs make you lazy, unfocused, and undisciplined. You know, and so but also to be just truly honest and transparent, I come from a family that's suffered from substance abuse. My son, his side of the family suffered from alcohol. Me and his mom both became parents for the first time at 19. No matter how you slice it, being 19 and being a parent is the toughest thing you ever do. You know what I'm saying? And so I just imparted on him the importance of that. I really, truly, in my heart, believe I got him. He's 24 now. I believe I got him through high school as a virgin. I really do. And I know he don't do alcohol and drugs to this day. Like, he's a solid kid, right?
Nice.
So with my 15-year-old,
probably really boring to hang out with. But
no,
nice.
G's cool. G's cool. He's a solid, what we call soft of the earth kid. But my 15-year-old and my 12-year-old daughter, my 15-year-old son, my 12-year-old daughter, I've been giving them the game, man. They're athletes, man, and I just been giving them the game. Like, what's crazy is we don't really consider these people as humans, our children. They're little humans. Until I started talking to my younger children about their brother who passed away, I assumed that they weren't ready for those conversations. They've blown my minds. So my 15-year-old and my 12-year-old, they're athletes. So I'm taking them to practice here and there. I'm taking them to games. So we get a lot of time to just talk about sports and life. And I equate the two because that's all I know.
Right.
So this is what I know about.
There's a lot of parallels.
Right.
With them.
And this is what I know about. We don't worry about anybody or anybody else's situations. All we do is worry about what we can control. And what we control is our work ethic, our attitude, and our skill development. Right. And I want my kids to be and my daughter just started school today, 7th grader at Academy Lafayette. Man, like, damn, this is my baby, like, baby. Like, she's in the 7th grade now. And I'm like, be the best 7th grade student you can be. She runs cross country. She plays competitive basketball. Be the best 7th grader you can be.
Yeah.
And I have a 15-year-old who's about to start high school next week.
Ooh, that's scary.
It is. It is. But I've done it before. You know, so I got one through.
I meant scary for him.
Oh, for him, I bet. So I'm trying to empower him to be the best 9th grader he can be. I said, he's a basketball player. I'm like, listen, man. He's about 125. 125
pounds?
Yes. He's just a basketball player.
You might want to get him in a long jump or something.
No. He's good. So somebody once asked me if he'll play football. I said, not at 125.
Oh, yeah.
no way. But
yeah, he can be the kicker.
Right. So this is what I told him. I said, we're not worried about playing varsity basketball. He's decent. Like, I'm not finna say he's a phenom, but we're not worried about playing varsity basketball. We're not worried about college. I want you to be the best 9th grade student athlete you can be. So I'm trying to teach them the art of focusing in on what you can control.
Okay.
So I have 2 or 3 that really do listen to me.
Okay.
And I have 3 that's like, whatever you talking about, dude. You don't know nothing.
Damn.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, my track record is my track record. I'm in the books. Every spot I've ever been in my life, I'm in the books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You don't know what that means?
no.
You don't know what that means?
Tell me.
I'm in the record books.
Okay, I thought that's what you meant,
Yes.
but I was like, all right.
Every single spot I've ever been from. I wouldn't even say this is I wasn't here now. Like high school, college, I played semi-pro football and the real world. I've won awards for writing. I've won awards for playing football. Like I'm in the record books at the University of Central Missouri States. My name is in the record books for playing football down there.
Nice.
So I tell my kids, get in the books.
Okay.
Get in the books. My oldest, he's 24. In high school, he went to Summit Christian Academy in Lee Summit. 1,000-point scorer in 2.5 years of varsity. Got a full scholarship to Johnson County. He's one of the leading 3-point shooters in their history.
Oh, wow.
But he's number 1. He
so
scored.
he's a white guy, huh?
No, he's a black guy.
I'm kidding.
He scored 30 points at the National Junior College tournament.
Nice.
That's the most points anybody in the history of Johnson County, Kansas basketball has. My son is number
JCCC.
1 in the books. So get in the books, right?
Get in the book.
Get in the books. So that's my whole motto with my kids, right? Get in the book. So my 50-year-old, this is a funny story. My 50-year-old Julian, right? He doesn't wear his glasses. He won't wear them. Like you can't perform if you don't have corrective vision, right? So I tried to pull up a picture of me when I was in high school and I wore glasses. And I showed him. He laughed at me.
I bet he did. I'm
He
laughing
said-
right
he
now in
said-
my head at
He
it.
said, that's you? But you know what I told him? Sir, I'm in the newspapers.
Yeah.
I'm in the books
I'm in the book.
with my glasses because I could see. They were Coke bottle glasses. They were thick.
Yeah.
But I'm in the books. So that's what some of them listen to me, some of them don't, but I'm here for them.
Okay.
I'm their number 1 fan. I don't criticize them. I don't demean them. I just pick them up. That's
Yeah.
my motto.
That's a great motto.
That's my motto.
I mean, you've got enough kids. You'll figure it out. One of these kids, right?
Somebody's going D1 and somebody's going to the league. That's all I know.
All right.
And I told them all I want to do.
Is retire off one of you.
Not even that. Just
Just
stick me out in the guest room and let me be your personal chef.
You a cook?
Damn right. I get
Really?
down.
Do you?
Yes.
Nice.
I like stir fried veggies. I'm a big protein guy. You know, I don't do too much pork and beef, but I like chicken and fish. But I like to grill. I mean, we in Kansas City, right? I like to grill. I like to pull my wok out.
Really?
Oh man, my kids love.
I love a walk. I
Oh,
gotta
my
walk
God.
up. I gotta cast iron walk upstairs.
No doubt, my kids love my meals, man. They love it.
Nice. Damn. So yeah, now you're. Yeah, I mean, you've been with the Star for how long? You been with the Star?
2016, I was hired as a breaking news reporter. So, oh man, 7 years now. August of 2016.
Hold on.
Wow.
Breaking news with a newspaper?
Ha! I stayed busy.
Yeah, but I mean, it only comes out once a day. So how can it be breaking news? Breaking news
Yeah,
is
whoa. You
right.
have to understand. This was 2016.
Okay, so it's on the internet.
Digital, yes.
Digital breaking news.
Yes.
From the Kansas City
Yes.
Star.
But we were print focused.
Okay.
We were print focused. Still at that time, we changed our business model over time. You either adapt or you perish, right? And I don't know if you know, but I know because I still get emails. I can't wait till a store go out of business. I can't wait till you guys go out of business. People thought we were going to die, but we're still here. We had to change our business model because print is dying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we changed our business model. But so when I was hired as a breaking news reporter in 2016, we were still print focused. But, breaking news is breaking news. It's basically blood and gore, It's
If it bleeds, it leads.
there you go. Homicides, fatal crashes, police shootings, all that.
You got plenty of that here.
Plenty of it. And I did that shit at a high level, man. To be perfectly honest with you, when I was hired at the Star, my page view goals were for the breaking news was 1 million my first year.
Oh wow.
I got 3 million. And the manager editor at the time, he's the big dog now over there. I have to put some respect on his name because Greg Farmer took a chance on me, man, and he hired me. And what he said to me in 2016/2017 was, when we hired you, we knew you could do the job, but you far exceeded our expectations.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, damn right, because that's what I do, because I'm hungry, man. Listen. When I get in the books, and you don't get in the books without having like this mindset of goals and these hunger for success. Like, I've always, like, if there's a tangible goal out there to get, I'm going to get it. So when they say 1 million, I'm like, bet. So it's tangible.
Yeah.
It's a goal.
Yeah.
So I just went. I was trained by a guy who was really good at what he did. Ian. Ian was really good. He trained me on the breaking news desk. So I just followed his lead, and I'm using my natural ability and my instincts to connect with people, and I know news, so I smashed that goal. And so the next year when I came back in 2017, we switched our focus. We went from
to digital.
We went. We had a digital transformation, and so it's a reason how I went from Kansas City Star breaking news reporter to the Kansas City Star's editorial board. And I'll have to give you that story because it's a really cool story.
Okay.
But to give you that story, I have to give you the background about who I am and your audience, right? I was born and raised in South St. Louis.
Give the cliff notes, and all
I will.
All
Cliff
you
notes.
Listening right now, go back to our original episode.
Yeah.
And listen to it. He tells it all there.
Yeah.
It's a great
I was born and raised in high school dropouts. My mom gave me a library card at 9. She transferred me to a school in Eureka, Missouri that was predominantly white. I got a great education. I ended up at college with a scholarship to play football. I lost it, came back, did great things with it. Anyway, my whole goal as a professional was to write for either the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, where I'm from, or the Kansas City Star. I set that goal when I was 18 in 1992.
Damn.
I did not get hired to the Kansas City Star until 2016. That's 24 years worth of motherfucking work and grind, bro.
Oh, wow.
You smell me? And never giving up on your goal.
Wow.
And your dream. You feel me?
I mean, at 18 or 19, you still kept that dream?
Damn right.
Damn.
Because I know what God got for me is for me, and I believe that. Okay. But you can't just sit on your ass. Like, I grinded. I wasn't always writing. I was doing odd jobs too. But, So, anyway. So I put myself in a position to get hired as a breaking news reporter in 2016. 2017, we go to this digital transformation. But I got hired in August of 2016. In January of 2017, the Kansas City Star, we didn't even have a editorial board for real. We revamped it. We hired Colleen McCain-Nelson from the Wall Street Journal to run our editorial page. She's a Pulitzer Prize winning opinion writer, bro. A Pulitzer Prize is probably the top honor you can get as a journalist. They hired her from the Wall Street Journal. She covered Barack Obama's 2 administrations. She flew on Air Force One with Barack.
Okay.
Heavyweight. She won a Pulitzer at the Dallas Morning News. I'm heavyweight in the game. If you know the game, she's from Salina, Kansas.
You know what I think? First thing I think when you tell me all that?
What?
That she's compromised.
She's dope at what she does. So anyway, they hired her from the Wall Street Journal. She came down to Kansas City. She revamped our editorial board. She put some for real dudes on there. Steve Kraske.
I think corruption.
That's our job is to call that. No. Our job is to call out corruption and compromise.
Okay.
A real job. Listen, people don't get to where they get to by not calling out the bullshit. Like,
that's where I disagree.
You're a cynic. You're cynical. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, okay. So all right. I love it because this is good. This is good because you know what? I believe in people.
Yeah.
But the proof is the proof. So anyway, listen.
I believe in people too.
Listen. Okay. Oh,
I believe people can be as dirty as they need to be to get to where they want.
That's true too. But here's my point when I talk about professionalism. So her job was to revamp the editorial board to give this authoritative voice to the Kansas City Star. And man, listen. In the newspaper industry, no matter where you're at, the editorial board moves shit. Some more slower than others, but in Kansas City, we get shit done. So we had lost that. We had lost that. So she hired Steve Kraske, who's with KCUR right now. Dave Helen was a long time newspaper reporter here, but he was also on TV. Knows the city like the back of his hand. When he writes and he calls, people shake. Mary Sanchez, she's a Latin American writer. She was super dope. They had Lee Judge. He was the cartoonist. Derek Donovan, who's still there now. Derek Donovan was the community engagement guy. Like heavyweights in the game. I'm like, if you're in the game, you know that this is about to be great. But I'm still on the breaking news desk. I'm like, oh, this is dope. You know what was missing though? A black voice.
Okay.
There was no black voice on there. Not
Okay.
one. But again, I had just got there in August of 2016. This was January of 2017, so I only been there 6 months.
I
couldn't say-
just be like, yo,
Yeah, right. I can't say anything.
bring my black ass in there. Let's
Right.
go.
So I didn't say anything.
You're missing me.
Exactly. So I didn't say anything. I had a good friend that told me, hey, listen, just like you notice, other people notice. You don't have to say anything. Just do your job. Bill Belichick, how was he able to coach a team to win all those championships? He coached, do your job.
Patriot way.
You don't have to worry about anything else.
He's
Do
not even
your
going to know your
job.
name. He's just going to know your number.
But do your job.
Do your job.
And so I had a good friend tell me that, man, I'll never forget that. Do your job. And that's what I did. And so I just put my head down and I did my job. So as we're going through this digital transformation, we're going through this training, all the editors were telling me it's time to reinvent yourself in the newsroom. What do you want to be? I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I want to be a social justice warrior like Sean King. No matter what you think about Sean King.
Don't get me started.
No. We can talk about it.
On Talcum X.
We can talk about it. No matter what you think about him, he gets page views, right? Because in my
right.
listen, in my game,
All right.
we have to balance telling true stories, page views, subscriptions. That's the model.
Well, clicks. Clicks
Click,
is the model.
if you call it that.
And coming up with a catchy headline.
All right, so I'm judged by that. We call it metrics. I have metrics.
Okay.
Page views, subscriptions. But
I have so much love and hate for the
Digital.
media game.
Yeah.
Media game. The media.
Okay.
Mainstream media. I got.
You know what's crazy?
And I have a lot of respect for it because a major male influence. Because I was raised by my mom, a single mother, for quite a while until my stepdad came in. But my big male role model guy in my life was my uncle.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Michigan, and he lived in Milwaukee, and he worked for the Milwaukee Sentinel.
Yes.
And the Milwaukee Journal.
Yes.
He was there for.
They combine now.
Now they're combined.
Yep.
But he was there during Dahmer.
Mm-hmm.
He worked all kinds of different beats, and so I've got mad
There you go.
respect. Mad
There
respect.
you go.
So I've got love, but I've got some hate for it when.
Yep.
I see recently, I just see nothing but I captured media when it comes to mainstream media. They're all spouting the same stuff. I see a lot of clickbaity stuff. I just see a lot of shit in there that I don't like, and I think it's very hard to trust.
That's for criticism. That's for criticism. But I'm biased. I've been in the games and like literally.
But you have to see it, right? You have to see when especially like Wall Street Journal, they're mainly left, right?
No.
Who's the left one? And is it New York?
Wall Street Journal is mainly right.
Okay. Who's the other one that's mainly
New York
left?
Times.
New York Times. Okay, so you got these different ones. It's like, well, I kind of have to only take you with a grain of salt because I know you're leaning. It's like I don't watch. Same with like Fox News, CNN, all that shit. I'm not watching that shit. Like Fox, you're gonna lean all right. CNN, you're the Clinton News Network. Like you got all this. It's just
okay. It's fair criticism. I mean, you're a cynic. That's okay.
No, but I have reason to be a cynic when you have the Russiagate. Russiagate for how many years when all of these journalists knew that was bullshit, but they're just saying, when we just went through COVID, when everything was a fucking lie, and all these journalists are just going on with it.
Everything was a lie during COVID?
Yeah.
Bruh.
You couldn't even speak about stuff if you were again. Do you know that the FDA just said, "Hey, ivermectin is okay to take for COVID now," but when you did it 3 years ago, it was horse paste.
That was 3 years ago. Here's the thing. I trust data and science.
The science was the same 3 years ago.
Oh no.
They were calling it. Yes, it was. They were calling it horse paste. They were making. It was all propaganda. There was so much propaganda out there. How can you deny? You can't deny that mainstream media is nothing but propaganda. They're getting their money from big pharma. It's telling them to do this, do that, and they're repeating all this stuff. And now, like 3 years later, it's all going. All that stuff was a lie.
Okay.
The vaccines were not safe enough at first. They're safe and effective. You won't spread it. You won't even catch it. Oh, guess what? You are going to catch it. You are going to spread every fucking thing.
Okay. I like that. I like that. And I have a rebuttal for that. And I'm going to tell you this. You have to develop credibility in this game. Me personally, as a journalist, I'm going to always stick up for the industry. It's just like any other industry, whatever industry.
Well, I don't think that's smart.
Whoa. No.
All right, go on.
No. Just like any other industry, you have bad apples or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Right? But for me, and what I believe in, journalism, and I'm what I was trained in, what I believe in is you have to report the facts, right? Right. But you have to verify them shits.
But that wasn't going on the past 5 years.
So what I've learned over the years is you have to come to, if you're a reader, right? If you're in a community, you have to have trusted sources, right? But there's nothing wrong with vetting those sources. So I would no, I'm telling you, I hate to be like just blind loyalists, but I'm gonna speak up from the newspaper game in Kansas City, man. The Kansas City Star, we don't put out propaganda, bro.
Okay,
I work
a ton of Kansas City Star. I'll be honest with you.
Well, then you need to get a subscription. Matter of fact, that's my Christmas gift to you, man. I love the people. Hey, listen, man. I work with people that are dope at what they do.
I'm not saying there's not real journalists out there that work for these establishments, okay?
Right.
But I'm saying the big ones, the big name journalists, the big name newspapers. I think there's a lot to be questioned.
Sir.
Yeah.
You ever heard the hashtag Read Local? There's a reason for that shit. Turn off the fucking TV. Read your local news. You got a paper that's been here 100 some plus years. The East Memphis Examiner. Mm-hmm. They're barely surviving, but they're still out here. Mm-hmm. They're gonna tell you what's going on in your backyard. Subscribe to them. Subscribe to the Star.
I'll be more apt to trust them.
Okay, man, you ain't gotta subscribe. Just go to your local Crib Trip and just spend that $2 for the daily paper. Okay. That used to be 35 cents, but it's okay. We got to pay our bills, right? But man, I'm telling you, man, I get what you're saying. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch Fox. I don't watch.
I don't either.
I watch local shit. Now I have to pay attention to national stuff.
I don't watch local shit either.
That's what you need to start doing.
Okay, have you seen the compilation? This is a great question. I've got to know. Have you seen a compilation of all of the newscasters all over the country saying the exact same thing, word for word, verbatim? They Mid-Michigan, Milwaukee, Kansas City, Arizona, L.A., Seattle, New York, Tallahassee, and they all have their local newscasters, and they're all saying the exact same thing verbatim. It's fucking creepy.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? I grew up in an environment where we don't talk ill or bad about the next person, right? I won't even name the company that does that did that, but if you do your research, and you do your research on that company, it's taking me. There was a gas station back in the day. They used to have the guys that would do your gas. Remember that gas station? Start with an S.
I wasn't here for Sinclair.
Yeah. If you Google that what you just said, communication, did you understand? You would understand why you saw that. I don't work for Sinclair. I don't work for that company. I work for McClatchy. They're a reputable news organization. Reputable.
Okay.
So, what you're saying, again, like, I don't bag on other media companies because I'm not. It ain't my DNA to be a hater or speak ill on the next person.
But don't you want to get rid of the bad actors?
So my job
so
is
people will trust you guys?
So my job and my colleagues' job is to combat misinformation.
Okay.
And that's what we do. We do it at a high level.
Okay. Again, that's where I go back to during COVID. The people that were the media that was against a lot of like the ivermectins, the masks, the vaccines, and they were censoring. And as we were saying before the mic started, I'm a 1A guy. And when you start censoring things like monoclonal antibodies that are working for COVID, when you're saying that the vaccine isn't protecting you the way it should.
That's great.
All the Hunter laptop, censorship of the Hunter laptop.
That's great.
There's just so much censorship. There's just too much fuckery that's been going on in the past 4, 5, 6 years. Ever since Trump got into office, it's been fucking nuts.
Wow. So I'm with you 100%. I'm a First Amendment guy. There's nothing you can tell me about the freedom of the press, freedom of free speech. You can say what the fuck you want to say. Mm-hmm. But when we start talking about the spread of misinformation and disinformation,
who's in charge of that, though?
That's a slippery slope.
No,
you know what? You know who's in charge?
Not. It's First Amendment. If I want to get on Facebook and I want
to talk some shit, you can.
No, you couldn't. I couldn't say the code, which I said on my podcast.
That's a private platform.
Is it okay? It's private, but when the FBI and the CIA are going to them and saying, "Hey, censor this," hey, Mark Zuckerberg, we have some Russian disinformation coming out, and we don't want you releasing any kind of stuff that's about this Hunter laptop stuff, and they do it.
Didn't Hunter Biden get indicted for something?
No, not yet.
No, didn't get charged with something or plead to something. But listen, man,
did you read the? We won't go down there. But did you read the sweetheart plea he was gonna get? That the judge said, "No, how did this happen? We can't do this." That's why this is all might go to court.
So I've experienced two different Americas.
But hold on. I want to say the misinformation thing. That's what we're on.
Right, that's what we're on.
You can't. Who's behind with all due respect, Toriano, do you have any scientists or doctors working at the Star that were saying, "Oh, you know what? Let's censor this. That's misinformation." Where are they getting their information?
So you're gonna tell me, in America, the CDC is not a reputable organization?
Oh, they just proved that they're not. In fact, during COVID, they had like 3 of their 4 top guys step down when they were talking about giving these vaccines, mandating these vaccines.
That's one thing about
the sick. We have sick. Yeah, it takes.
That's one thing about Americans I can't stand. People are experts until they're not. Right? Like, listen, think about this for a second, man. Just like this is my soapbox. Like all this time I've been on this earth, 49 years. All I've ever heard was, trust the experts, trust the data, trust the science. People are experts for a fucking reason, Joe. You know what I mean?
But we're told who these experts are. No, we don't actually know they're experts.
No, people do the work.
We think a lot of them do the work.
The frauds get exposed. People do the work. The science and the data in America does not lie.
But now that's coming out. All that data is now coming out and not being suppressed anymore when it was. And it's saying all that shit was bullshit. Like I was saying.
Had you ever experienced COVID?
I had COVID. It fucked me up.
That's not what I'm talking about. Like in our lifetime, had you ever experienced COVID? Like we've never had nothing like that in our lifetime.
We've had respiratory diseases before, and we know that masks don't stop those. We know that masks don't stop respiratory illness like that.
Listen,
but we were mandated to wear them everywhere we go.
Damn right.
And they don't do anything. They don't do anything.
You a goddamn lie.
They don't.
You a goddamn. Oh man, we don't want to get in this conversation.
But the science is out there.
Man,
the science is out there.
If you listen.
Here's what will work. An N95 mask will properly fitted will give you some benefit. But everything else, I was wearing a bandana knowing that wasn't doing shit.
Yeah, bandana ain't do shit.
No, it wasn't. I knew it. Everyone else wearing those stupid little cloth masks.
I was.
That doesn't do shit. That doesn't do shit.
Okay.
Shit,
first of all, you didn't let me finish my story how I got on the editorial board, but that's okay.
We can go there.
But
this aside.
This is good. Before COVID, right before COVID, everything.
You want some more whiskey?
I do. Everything. When people started saying you should wear a mask, Right when it first started, like a cloth. I said, what the I wrote about this. I have links I can show you. It's documented. I said, what the fuck do I look like as a black man in America?
With a
walking,
mask.
walking into a Walmart, your local Walmart with a goddamn mask on.
Yeah.
I ain't going to do it.
Yeah.
I ain't going to do it. I was a holdout. I didn't even get the vaccine. I did not get the vaccine until the CDC said, and I wrote about this as well, because I'm skeptical too, bro. Like, I don't want to.
You took the vaccine.
I took the vaccine and the booster. Damn right I did. I got the jab, as they call it. Listen, this is why. I'm telling you a story.
I didn't. And it's one of the greatest things I've never not done.
Oh, my God. I still love you. Listen, this is why I did it.
You say you still love me like I did something wrong.
You didn't do anything wrong. This is why I did it. The CDC came out and said, anyone that has been got the vaccine, they don't have to wear a mask.
Oh yeah, that lasted, didn't it?
No. What I said was, people lie, people cheat. I'm not leaving my health into the hands of liars. So I went and got the vaccine. And when they said get the booster, I got the booster. I didn't get the second and third booster, but
why not? Why not? I mean, if it works and you believe in it, why wouldn't you? Why would you still be getting them?
Why? Because the priority. I wasn't the priority. I'm healthy. It was people that was compromised. That's why. Seriously.
But if you believe in the vaccine and you think it works,
I believe in the vaccine. I got the first one in the booster.
You shouldn't stop taking it.
But
why would you stop taking it? Why don't you go get it tomorrow?
Because I'm not going. Because I was not on the priority list when the shit was going down. When it was critical.
I'm saying right now,
there's no point.
Why?
Because we built up the fucking resistance to this shit.
How?
Herd immunity, as they call it.
How?
Was
it the vaccine or was it from other people getting it?
It's all of that. It was all
right, but the vaccine didn't need to be out there. You didn't need to take the vaccine.
That's bullshit.
Some people,
bullshit.
Sure. Compromised people did.
I took it, and I'll have no regrets. Nothing happened.
Well,
I'm good.
That's because you're not one of these athletes that fell to cardiac arrest.
No. That's anomalies, man.
Oh, is it?
That's
it's coming out. The myocarditis is something to be reckoned with.
Hank Gathers passed out in the 80s or not in the 90s, and he didn't have COVID. Like
that was one person.
Reggie Lewis. Like you, come on, man. But let's get back to a different subject. No, because we can go to the rabbit hole.
We can go to the rabbit hole. But all I'm saying, a lot of stuff that was censored and the media was promoting is so much of it has been told to be false.
You know why I get mad when people say the media? Because I am the fucking media, man.
Okay.
It ain't all media, bro. You got to watch the source. You got to vet your sources.
Okay.
I don't read bullshit.
You're right. I
don't read bullshit.
Mainstream media, the mainstream stuff. I got sidetracked, but like the lab leak theory, I have on my podcast from like probably 2000, from early 2020. Go look it up. I haven't watched it in years, but I believe it was my episode with Crystal Lampent. If you go listen to that, I was talking about how she was rolling her eyes at me when I said this came from a lab, and if you said that shit, you were censored. You were a racist. How dare you say this stuff? And now it's like
that was wrong.
That was wrong.
People shouldn't generalize. People shouldn't generalize people for their beliefs.
When they very first said, when the vaccine Biden said it. When it first came, listen to this. I called so much shit correct on this podcast. It's unbelievable. While Trump was in office, they were talking about this vaccine. I said, my fear is they're going to get a vaccine that works, but since Trump puts it out, people are going to say they won't take it. Literally a week later, you got Biden saying he wouldn't take it. You got Kamala Harris saying she wouldn't take it. You got all these liberal left people saying, you know what? I wouldn't trust that thing. 6 months later, Biden gets in and it's fucking mandated and Biden's doing it on TV.
You know what I think?
What?
You know what I think?
Please.
This is what I think. If Donald Trump had not politicized this COVID shit, he would have won a second term.
Okay.
Can I talk?
Oh, yeah, I thought you were done.
No, I'm not done.
Okay.
You know how, you remember when George W. Bush rallied America around 9/11? Yeah. If Trump would have rallied America around fighting and defeating COVID, instead of mocking it and making it a political thing and a Democratic hoax, that motherfucker would have won his second term. Listen, people were dying, man. It wasn't because they were dying. That shit was real. That shit was real, man. People were dying, and people who lost their loved ones, this motherfucker mocking that shit, making fun of that. Man, I'm telling you, my personal opinion. This ain't got nothing to do with what I work, who I represent. This is my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Had he galvanized people like 9/11, like George W. Bush did with 9/11, he would have won the second term. Bullshit you not. That's my personal opinion.
I think they're two completely different things. You can't see a virus, and it's not affecting a whole lot of people that you might be seeing individually. But when you see planes crash into buildings and you see all everything that comes after, I think that's natural. I think any president, I think Trump could have rallied the nation against that.
Absolutely.
I don't think.
No. I love that you said that, because actually Bush and Rudy Giuliani, they didn't do shit. But this is what I do.
The people brought us together.
This is what I do love about what they did. They got on the fucking TV and they acted tough.
Yeah.
They were brave.
That's cool. They were alphas.
You feel me? I love that.
Okay.
I wish Barack Obama would have done that at Ferguson. He never did that with Ferguson.
He was too busy doing drone strikes on innocent wedding parties over in Yemen.
Man. So anyway.
He was too busy gaslighting us, thinking the water in Flint was okay.
Literally.
He was too busy, Mr. 1A guy. He was too busy being the worst president in history when it comes to free speech and whistleblowers. Oh, yeah, go ask Julian Assange how it goes. Go ask Bradley Manning how he thinks Obama handled those situations.
I don't agree.
Hold on. We're going to talk about one more thing and then take a pause and get some drinks.
Right.
You don't agree with Julian Assange or Bradley Manning? Or what's her name now? Bradley Manning.
Listen.
Chelsea Manning.
Listen, man.
Are you aware of those stories?
I do. I am.
Please. Okay, what side are you on?
I'm on the side of free speech in America, man. If you've been charged with espionage, and you're running and you're hiding in different companies, this is America. You still have you have to go in front of a jury. Not saying it's always right. I write stories every day about injustice, man. Every day.
Then you shouldn't stop writing about Julian Assange.
I'm not going to write about something I don't know about.
Okay, please look into that.
That's not my job.
On your free time, not on your job, just for
what free time do I have?
I don't know. When you're on the shitter,
listen,
when you're taking a shit,
you know what I do? Okay, that's good. That's good. You know what I do when I'm on the shitter?
Besides, I don't know.
No, I will tell you. I read my trusted sources. I read the newspaper every single fucking day. I read the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. I read the Kansas City Star. I read the New York Times.
Okay.
I read the Washington Post.
You read the same ones every
single day. I read my and the Columbia Tribune.
Okay.
Like, I read my trusted sources, man. I don't fucking consume that other shit because my brain width ain't the same as it was when I was 20.
Okay. Well, why wouldn't you diversify a little bit in what you're?
Because I tried to watch Fox News one time. That shit made me throw up.
I think you should watch a lot of Fox News.
I will tell you this. I did read the Wall Street Journal editorial page, and I like their approach, but they're slanted right. But I like how they're right.
I think you should read. I think you should consume more right wing or
not
right
reading
type,
that bullshit, man.
But that's why you need to do it. You need to understand what they're saying and why.
I do,
and you need to understand what the left type stuff is saying and why.
I do.
So if the right stuff makes you sick, you got to understand why does it make me sick and what are they saying and then compare it because the truth ain't on the right and the truth ain't on the left. You got to somehow
because this is what I have discernment and I've been in this game. I know I've developed some trusted sources. So those are the publications that I read when I'm on the shitter, bro. I do that every single morning. That's the only time I get to myself.
All right, let's take a break.
Yes,
this
is good.
This is fun.
Nobody said COVID. This is good.
Oh yeah, this is getting.
Yeah.
All right, we are back. Welcome back. No, the people listening don't know that we disappeared, but here we are. We just took a little break. We refilled our drinks. We got company in the house. And before we started the podcast, you told me to remind you. You know what? You told me to remind you of how you got canceled. I'm going to give you the options. We can go how you got canceled, that story, or we can go with the gambling story that I have with my 3%.
Tell me about the 3% because I never heard about it.
Okay. I just started this. It's Are you familiar with the musical artist Drake?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know.
Aubrey. Nah, I like Drake. Drake is cool.
What was his name on Degrassi?
I know he was on Degrassi though. I don't know his name.
That's why I can't take that dude that serious.
Man, people evolve.
I know.
Art is art.
But when you're like, I'm weird when it comes to hip hop. Like, I need you to be kind of in the game or had been in the game if you're gonna kind of talk hard and be like hard. You can't be a dude in a wheelchair on Nickelodeon's Degrassi and come at, like, I understand it sounds good, but you got all these writers and producers and just like he's part of the machine.
I'm gonna use the word I used twice already. You're a cynic, but that's okay. I appreciate it. But art is art. To be able to go from that
Art's art, but let me tell you.
Whoa. To be able to go from that, what you just said, actor in Degrassi High, to a platinum Grammy Award winning artist, that's some dope stuff.
That's
man.
the machine.
It ain't about the
See,
machine.
for me,
you gotta recognize the talent, bruh.
There's
Art is art.
But here's the thing. I don't know how talented he is because he's got all these people around him. You know who I think's talented?
Tell me.
That will wrap circles around him, but
Tell
people are going to get so sick of me saying this.
Ooh.
I am sorry, my listeners. I'm sorry. Alan Wayne, the Prodigy. My guy.
That's funny. He don't think I know who Alan Wayne the Prodigy is.
I know you guys.
No. So remember I was telling you about I have a 24-year-old son who played college basketball at Summit Christian Academy in Johnson County in Rockhurst. Remember I was telling you about my 15-year-old was about to be a freshman at William Chrisman. Yeah. And I was telling you about his little sister, my youngest, who's 12.
Ryan?
Emily.
Emily, okay.
Yeah, she just started school today as a 7th grader.
Oh, yeah.
Alan Wayne is their uncle.
Yeah.
That's my guy. I've been knowing him for decades.
Yeah.
That's my brother-in-law, technically, de facto. Been talented. Great on that mic. That's my guy. Like, this is documented.
That's my guy.
I can't make
I
it
will
up.
fight you over him.
Absolutely.
I will fight you
Absolutely.
over him. Let's go Indian leg wrestle over him.
And he has a tremendous story, man. I'm so proud of him, man, to be able to go on the road and show people his talent and his skill. Man, listen, man.
But he didn't make it like Drake, and he's every bit as talented as him. But he doesn't have the machine. Imagine if he had a machine around. Like, we don't know how talented Drake is. We know how talented Alan Wayne is.
The story has yet to be written, though.
Sure. But imagine if he had that machine around him, what he would actually really be. Like, that's a real one you can listen. But Drake, I'm like, all right, Hotline Bling, fine. Get your money. I'm not mad. Go play on go play $1 million rolls of roulette on stake.com.
Drake is talented, though, man. You know what I mean?
I know he sounds good, but
everybody have their journey. Everybody have their lane. I'm telling you, the story has yet to be written. It ain't about the machine, man. It's about you living out your true life
But I'd rather listen to these people out here. How about Casey Young Boss?
I don't know who that is.
Let me put you on game to a real one. Casey Young Boss, he's been out for a few minutes, but he just put out his new album like this past week, and he's one of my favorite rappers. He's from Kansas City, obviously, but yeah, I mean, like I want to find these because there's so much talent that you don't hear about, and why didn't I hear about it? If they were so good, I would hear about it. No, because they're not part of this machine. And you get these people that have a ton of writers for them. They got these amazing-ass producers. They got this marketing machine that's spending millions of dollars per song. Millions of dollars per song. How much are any of these like super talented, undiscovered people? They're getting maybe a couple $1,000s per song out there with their own money.
You know what, man? Everything is perspective, right?
Yeah.
And that's your perspective. For me, right? I'm a humble dude, right? Like, I know a guy, man, I play college football with. His name is Night Owl. He's from St. Louis. He's actually made songs with Alan Wayne, the Prodigy. I actually introduced him to. My boy Night Owl has made 25 albums in 22 years. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Independently. One of the dopest, and I'm not going to make this up. you can Google that. You can Google this artist. He's on Instagram.
I know. I believe you. That's almost as impressive as CW to Youngblood.
One is the dopest I ever seen. And his lane is his lane. Never been signed to a major label. Mm-hmm. Just as equally as talented as anybody ever known out of the city where I was born and raised, St. Louis. You know what I mean? So it's all perspective. But you know what he's done for me? To be able to see it up close and personal, because it's somebody I've been knowing since the 90s. Like, if you're talented and you're an artist, man, just do what you do. Just stay true to who you are.
Man, that's
fuck. Listen, man, fuck a machine. Fuck trying to get rich.
For sure.
Stay true to who you are, bro. Listen,
for sure.
I've seen people. Man,
yeah.
Listen, I've seen people hustle shit out of the trunk of their car, and I ain't talking about it.
Can't do that anymore. You can't do that anymore.
I know, but you still have to hustle. The hustle is the hustle.
The hustle is the hustle. It's a different hustle now than it was. You can't sell CDs out of your trunk no more.
But stay true to who you are. That's true.
Stay true to who you are, but it's so like.
It ain't about the machine. It's about the art, man.
It is about the art. No,
I'm an artist, man. It's about the art.
I hear you, but at some point, how much of your resources, meaning your not just financial resources, but the most precious commodity on earth is our time.
I love that. I love that concept.
And so how much
we ain't promised that shit either.
Exactly. That's why it's so precious.
Yeah.
And to give that up to an art after so many years, at some point, is there a point where it's like, man, I guess it's just not.
Until the casket drop,
it's just not
man.
For me.
Seriously,
it's just not going to happen.
No. It's till the casket drop. You continue to chase dreams. Like, if you don't
but shouldn't you be a realist at some point and be like, it's just, I tried and I'm just not good enough, or I just didn't do this well. It's just not going to happen for me.
It depends on the individual. That's an individual choice, you know? It's an individual choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I came to grips to two facts in my life, man, that really was humbling for me. I wasn't a Division I athlete, and I wasn't a pro athlete. But
what was your football? Yeah, what was your position?
I played free safety, but I learned that in like my
you're a good free safety size.
I learned that in my 20s. So to be able to come to grips with that was okay with me. So, you know, you just every step of your life you discover a different lane, man. You know? And sometimes you put in the work and it just ain't meant to be. And I'm okay with not being able to be D1. Because had I went to Mizzou, my dream school, I probably would have never played.
Mizzou is the dream school.
Think about it. I'm a journalist. It's the only Division I school in Missouri that plays football. They were in the Big 8 at the time, ended up being in the Big 12. I don't know. I figure maybe your dream school would be like Alabama or Georgia.
Listen,
you got to listen to me, though. I wasn't that elite. You know what I mean? As far as a football player. But,
okay.
But I knew I wanted to be a journalist. And that's Mizzou.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But it's the D1 school. They told me they was going to recruit me, but they didn't offer me a scholarship. So I took the scholarship to Central Missouri State.
Got to.
And I ended up in the record books down that thing. What we said earlier, get in the books.
Yeah.
So I was able to work for the student newspaper down there. I played football down there. And I used my clips that I had in Warrensburg to get my first professional job.
Nice.
Yeah, man. The story is the story, man.
Yeah.
So as an artist, you just do what you do. People gonna respect it or they ain't. You can't like worry about the machine and who picks you.
I'm not saying worry about the machine, because ultimately the goal is to be a Drake and to get into that machine.
That's not the goal. The goal is to be the best you can be.
Oh,
you feel me? Like everybody ain't gonna be.
All right, but how long are you gonna be the best? Hold on, I answered my question.
Until you day that you die. Till the day you die, you continue to do the.
Well, you rap, you make rap videos and albums, and spend money on producers and studio time until the day you die, even though you're like losing money. And hold on, and I'm give me a minute here, because when I'm saying this out loud, it's to me coming off as like I'm saying this about Alan Wayne or CW to Youngblood or your guy, and I don't mean it in that respect at all. This is actually an inward conversation, and this is towards me. I don't know how much longer I got with this podcast, and so like I'm just having conversations with myself every day with it. because I'm like, I know not to be too whatever, but I know I'm good at it. I've had too many people in here that have respect to say I'm good at it. Yeah, we can pause it. All right. I got so much editing to do for this episode. I hate it. I don't like... ladies and gentlemen that are still listening or watching, the reason why he wanted me to pause this is because I said I was having an inward conversation, and now I totally understand why. He thought I was saying N-word. I was having an N-word conversation when I was saying in-word, like an inward, inter-self.
Oh, wow.
So I've just recently been having an inter-self conversation to myself about, do I continue doing the podcast?
Right. Why wouldn't you, though? Tell me.
I was going to save that for my very last episode of quitting the podcast and explaining that all there. But that's what I would do. If I were to go out, I'd be like, this is the last one. I've got my title name for it and everything.
How many episodes have you done so far?
I've done over 200. This is technically over 5 years.
You know what I'm doing?
And I always said I would do it for 6 years. If things didn't blow up after 6 years, I would quit.
You know what I do in this moment?
What?
I'm going to give you a kudos. You know why? Know how many podcasts I've done? No. 0.
Yeah.
On my own? 0. So to do over 200, that's amazing. And that's what we were talking about off air, man. Art is art, man. Don't give up on your art, bro. You got something good. You got something beautiful, man. It ain't no time living on this shit, man. Yeah. You do this shit to the day you die. You have something that's good.
How many Toriano porters are out there that I can talk to, though, in Kansas City?
It ain't about that.
Yes, man. It is. That's what my show is. Every single week, I've been scheduling somebody every single week for the most part. At some point in Kansas City, it's like, who left is there out there to talk to? Who am I going to talk to? Like, I'm not getting Patrick Mahomes on here, and I don't even want to talk to him. Oh. I'd rather talk to Kelsey. He seems fun.
Okay. Oh, that's great. I'm glad you said that.
Thank you for having me on the
I'm glad you said
podcast.
That. I'm glad you said that. Why not? Fuck. I love Travis Kelsey. I love.
You know who I did want? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm going to. You know who I did want though? If we were going that. Chad Henne.
The backup.
That's right.
Chad
Henne, the backup, is one of my all-time favorite quarterbacks.
We were talking about something earlier.
Brian B. Shinan said I look just like him.
We were talking about something earlier. We said Matt Castle, $60 million Castle quarterback. It's the craziest shit, right? Chad Henne, okay, I get that. But listen, this is what I was gonna say, man. You made me get off. You made me lose my train of thought, man. But
I didn't make you do anything. You did that yourself.
You had a point, and then you started talking about Chad Henne.
Because I don't want to. I'm an avoider. I'm trying to avoid my emotions.
No. We were talking about art.
Yeah, right.
You've done over 200 podcasts, and this. So instead of focusing on the Pat Mahomes and the Travis Kelce's, do what you've been doing. Focus on the everyday Kansas Cityan, man. Everybody has a fucking story. And everybody deserves an opportunity to come before you, drink, and talk shit for about 30, 40 minutes. You never fucking know. You keep doing what you do.
I know.
I admire what you do, man.
Yeah, thanks.
You're so cynical. This is my 4th time saying that in this whole podcast. What's wrong with you?
Life's hit me, man.
Fuck life. You fucking kick life ass every day. You know what? I'm going to tell you.
I need your energy. I need you to be in my life.
That's why I said.
We need more drinks.
I'm going to come over here. I'm going to ride my bike over here. 2.3 miles.
I'm going to run to you. I'm going to run into your arms. I'm going to say, Toriano, you're 2.5 miles away.
2.3.
2.3 miles away. That should take me 17, 18 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say 15, yo.
Well,
on the bike. For me, on the bicycle.
Don't tell me I can run faster than you can bike.
Yeah, probably.
I'm going to run to you and set your timer for 16 minutes and wait out there with your arms open. I'm going to leap into your arms.
Let's do it. All in the name of keeping this shit going. So I'm 49.
I'm 43.
You young as fuck, bro.
Yeah. Imagine me without this beard. I'd look like 36.
Yeah.
And I could probably get a 23-year-old.
Oh Lord.
I'm going for it.
This is what I'll tell you. Just keep doing what you do. You have a platform. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You've been recognized for it. You give people like me an opportunity to talk shit.
Your platform is bigger than mine.
But
you're on the Kansas City Star all the time. You got 3 million clicks on your clickbait garbage.
How you gonna disrespect my hard work like that, man? That's disrespectful. You gonna disrespect me in my face in front of your people?
Only because we talked shit earlier about clickbait type stuff.
But I don't think clickbait, man.
No, I don't put you in that category.
I write real shit, man. You need to start watching Fox News is what you need.
I don't watch Fox News. Fuck Fox News.
All right, so let's talk about something else.
All right, how did you get canceled?
Oh, wow.
You told me to bring it up. If you want to go light, we can talk. The best place to get some whiskey in the city, or the best happy hour.
That's Crossroads
in Kansas City, or
hotel.
We can talk about the best bars in Kansas City compared to St. Louis. I don't know.
Oh wow. Okay.
Our fried raviolis, their fried raviolis versus our barbecue. Kick rocks, St. Louis. Take your fried rollies and kick rocks.
Have you ever had chop suey?
What's chop suey? Is it as good as Oklahoma Joe's?
Nope. You never had fried rice from St. Louis?
No, but I've had fried rice in Vegas, and it probably beats St. Louis. No disrespect, St. Louis, but you are in the middle of the country with the nearest ocean.
Okay.
Nearest Chinatown, 5,000 miles away from you.
Okay. You don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Probably not. I do like to talk a lot of shit.
But no, so I've been for your audience, just a reminder, I moved here in 2007. I've been here 16 years, man. One thing I do know about Kansas City is that the entrepreneur spirit here is great. The food is great. The cost of living is great. Raising a family is great. And culture is great. I love my city. I love where I'm from. But man, I enjoy the cuisine here.
Okay.
But there's nothing like St. Louis Chinese food, man. You need to Google that shit. And I know y'all KC folks don't like Emo's pizza. Y'all don't like.
Oh, I like Emo's.
Shit. You like Emo's?
Oh, I fuck with some Emo's.
See. This is why we have to have conversations. I just.
I'm not from here, by the way.
Where you from?
Everywhere. I was a military brat. I was born and raised in Michigan. My mom she was a single mom until she got remarried to who my dad is now, and he's in the military. So then when I was in about 6th grade, then I started moving around. Went to South Dakota, Louisiana, Kansas, here.
That's dope. That's dope.
So yeah, I'm not really from anywhere. I represent Kansas City now because I've been here since forever.
That's dope.
This is my home.
That's
I'm in
dope.
Kansas City
Home.
and now, but I'm not from here.
That's dope, man.
So I gotta,
That's dope.
yeah.
That's dope.
Go on. You're talking about your Chinese rice.
If you never had it, you need to try it. So
St. Louis fried rice.
The only way to do this, jump in the whip with me.
All right.
3.5 hours later, we'll go get some chop suey. We'll come back. It's a 7
For
hour.
fried rice, I'm fine on that. Like,
Really?
I'd rather go to Oklahoma Joe's and get a Z-Man sandwich. Yeah, I don't think I could go to Hong Kong.
You killing me.
And I don't think their fried rice is as good as a Z-Man sandwich with the seasoned fries, and I hate seasoned fries.
I'll tell you this though.
Oh, tell me I'm wrong. Hold on. Anybody out there, tell me I'm wrong that the best fried rice on earth is better than anything that Oklahoma Joe's has to offer. You take it granted.
It's two different cuisines.
Exactly, but there is on a scale of 1 to 10, one slightly better than the other. How about this? The Hong Kong best fried Chinese rice is a 9.8, and the ribs and Z-Man is a 9.9.
You was just ridiculing me something earlier about not having all the facts. Yeah. How you gonna comment about St. Louis Chinese fried rice if you've never had it? Chop suey, how you gonna talk to me about it?
Because I know how good a Z-Man is.
But you know what? You know what? I've had the Z-Man a dozen times. This is my go-to at what's now
Oklahoma
KC
Joe's.
My go-to. I like the barbecue sauce. I like the little onion ring that comes. That's my joint.
All right, so when we go to Miami, we're gonna stop at Chop Suey, and then go get whatever
But
Florida has offered.
we're flying to Miami, so we got to tell you.
We're flying to Miami.
We got to tell your people what the conversation was, though.
This was hours ago.
I noticed your shirt. I said, bro, that's a dope shirt. I said, we got to go to Miami. That's a shirt that reminds me of Miami. What I say, we going to go New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Because you said you never been.
I've never been to Miami. I've always wanted to go to Miami.
We'll go to New Year's Eve.
We're going New Year's Eve.
Let's go.
You and me?
And
No.
everybody else in the world.
No. I'm calling you out right now as brother to brother, man to man.
God, man.
You said you and me. It's just a
I
brothers weekend.
I did say that. I did say
brothers
that.
weekend to Miami.
I did
Okay.
say that.
So we got a couple people in the studio right now watching this, and I think they'd be all right with the two of us as brothers going to Miami. And if they're not, well, we'll have to have conversations over waffles and ice cream.
Okay.
Them over that.
I think I said the other B word though.
Bitches.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which was the other? There's only two B words I know.
Bachelor.
I know. I'm trying to protect you.
I said
Sir?
2 bachelors going to Miami. Let's do it. That's
Yeah.
all I said, man.
That's what he said.
You got to be real, man. You got to be real. I didn't say B word like that.
Well, I did. I was trying to, I'm on your side.
No.
Bros before.
I know you crazy.
Ladies, I am kidding. Oh my God, your girl
No,
looks like she wants to kill me.
No.
Guys, this is all comedy.
This is all comedy.
She
It's for the
knows.
podcast. We're doing it for the
Anyways,
audience.
I would be interested in the Miami
We
show.
should go, man. I'm telling you.
So
So we were talking about Vegas, and that's why I said Vegas or the Johnson County Courthouse. That's how it all started, man.
how long have we been going?
2 hours.
All right, your cancellation party. Your cancellation. How did you get? What is your cancel story? You want just a hit of whiskey? You want like just to wet your whistle?
I won't name any organization, right? None.
Okay, just a little bit, just to wet your whistle. For all of those wanting to see my beautiful shirt, it's youtube.com/Neanderthal podcast. Or you can watch it on Spotify. How about that?
You can watch it on
You can
Spotify?
watch my podcast on Spotify
Spotify's
on your
visual
phone.
now?
Yeah, I've been that for years. You could watch me on Spotify.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was one of the first early ones that they let me put my video stuff up on there.
That's wild. That's
Yeah.
dope. But you want to give up on it. Why? Why? I'm done.
It's a fucking grind.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how. I just don't know who I want to talk to. Who left in Kansas City is there for me to talk to that I want to talk to?
Man.
I mean, I'm sure there's people, but I'm like, man, I do everything. It's a grind. I do everything myself. I book the people. I edit it. I upload it. I got to come up with. You want to talk about clickbait or like trying to get stuff to click your links? Like that's not me.
Okay.
This is me.
Okay.
You and me chatting, having fun. That's me.
Okay.
All the other stuff, that ain't me, man.
All right. So how you gonna fill that void that you don't get this rush that you get from fucking talking to 200 different people? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go to the casino and put $100 on blackjack and try to double it 2 times.
I love it. So I gave you my information. I gave you my motivational speech. It's your choice to use it or not, man.
I think I'll use it.
I love what you do, man. I just don't think you should give up, man. There's a lot of different Kansas Cityans that deserve a platform, man.
Yeah,
hey,
you know who they are, but they're all.
Listen, this is all you got to do.
I'm sick of answering DMs to rappers.
Listen to me.
Hey, local rapper, I don't need you on my podcast.
It ain't about the rappers.
Rap. It is. You know how many of them hit me up? Hey, yo, let me get on that show. You've never heard my show, but you want on. You're a clout chaser.
It's about the entrepreneur. It's about the independent business owner. It's about the new age journalist. Have you ever had the publisher of the Kansas City Defender on your show?
What's the Kansas City Defender?
Oh my God.
That's a no. What's the Kansas City Defender?
It's the most progressive digital newspaper in Kansas City.
Okay. What does progressive mean to them?
Oh my God.
To them.
You got to do your research.
Yeah, I only have so many hours in a day, sir.
Okay, so this is what
I've listened to your book multiple times.
I love that. I appreciate you.
I listen to other I educate myself in all different areas. There's only so many hours in a day. Trust me, I wish there were more. I have a full-time job and kids too.
True.
And a life outside when I don't have my kids. I got this podcast. There's only so much I can. I'm already spread thin.
No. I give you
Toriano,
that.
I told you I had panic disorder, sir, because I've got constant shit going on. Now I got to go to who? The examiner.
No.
What was it?
No.
I'll write it down. I will
Casey,
go to it.
Get on Instagram, like you said.
Okay.
KC Defender.
All right.
Listen, if you talk to my boy Ryan Sorrell, he gonna come over here and he gonna give you some shit, bro. That's gonna be so dope.
Hit him up right now and tell him to come on the podcast next Sunday.
I'm not gonna tell him, but I'll tell him to reach out to you. You know what I mean?
So
again, like, man, it's the everyday common people, man. Neanderthal is dope. It's a dope concept.
I know.
Here's this. Do this. Just set your next goal. 300 episodes, I'm done. So the next 72.
That's a whole nother fucking
75.
That's
80.
like almost 2 years. That's like another year and a half or so.
You're young, bro. You're still breathing. Do it. And then to be done. But you got to give. I hate saying the word you gotta. That don't even make sense. You gotta. You should give 75, 80 different people in Kansas City an opportunity to come on your platform.
75 or 80 who? Here's the thing. Do you know how many people are just boring? You know how hard it is to have these conversations every single week? Okay. Do you know how much stress it is? Be like, oh shit, I've got this person coming on. Okay. I have to come up with at least an hour or more of I don't research shit. I just have someone come on and let's go with the flow. I'm a freestyle rapper.
If you hire me to book your guest for the next 30 days.
How much okay.
All you have to do is pay me in whiskey. Just give me a shot for every first person. For every name I give you that come on your show, just give me a shot. How about that? And I'll shoot you 100 names.
How about this? I'll pay you more than a shot. I'll pay you multiple shots. I'll make you pass
I don't need multiple
out.
Shots.
I'm just telling you, if you want multiple shots, they're on the house.
But you got to understand, I'm on the street. I'm in the game, man. I know people, man, that need an outlet to talk shit like I'm doing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay. You're asking why I would quit this. Here's another reason why I would quit this.
I'm listening.
Do you know how many people I've had sitting in that very chair looking at in my eyes like you are right now saying, I'll do this for you. I'll do that for you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that for you. And then once this episode is released and out there, I'm lucky if they even repost any of my Instagram stories or pictures. And they're not supporting it.
So, for the fifth time tonight, I'll use the word that I've been using. You're so goddamn cynical.
No, it's not cynical.
That's cynical, man.
I've had 200 and something people, and they're not like a very large percentage of them aren't promoting the podcast that they're on. You're coming on my show. I'm promoting you. I'm putting you out there to my people, which is not a small number, by the way.
No, you got a large following, sorry.
And you're not going to promote it to your people? Are you embarrassed? Like, what's the deal? So that's why I'm like,
okay.
So I don't know. All I'm saying is to you, people in your seat have told me they're going to do things for me and don't. So yeah, if you want to come and have all the shots you want and bring guests for me,
I just want one shot for every guest I book for you.
Okay.
One.
Starting today. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Sure.
Let's go.
Do it.
I'm from the Show Me State.
Yeah, you are. Both sides. You're from both sides. You're from
St.
all
Louis,
three
baby.
sides. You're from the St. Louis, the Columbia, and the Kansas City.
Well, I ain't never spent a day in the Columbia day in my life. I lived in
Warrensburg
7.5 years.
Still
baby.
same thing. That's in the middle.
I can run for mayor.
You're a
They
mule.
love me in rural. Yeah, I was the mule. They love me in rural Missouri.
So that's what I'm saying. So you got the
I can run
top
for mayor.
third of Missouri covered. All right, yeah. Show me then. Show me.
I got you.
All right.
So,
I got two witnesses.
I'm going to be better than what I said last time I saw you. When I said we're going to come back and shoot
do much worse.
I can't do much. But listen, we apologize to each other and it's all love, right?
It is all love.
We both admitted the same shit, right?
Toriano, I have had over 200 guests on here.
Yeah.
And I have a big handful, 2 handfuls of guests that are in my head, rent free in my head. They all have got little apartment complexes. You're in the penthouse. You're up there. I think about you all the time.
My man. My man.
For a while, I try to mix things up with the podcast to try to get it more numbers. Then so I was like, so I started doing a condensed version. So like this episode is going to be 2 or 3 hours long, probably. I don't know how long we've really been on.
We've been shooting shit for a while.
So I always do that. I don't edit. But from the last episode you and I were on, it was a couple hours long. I did a 30-minute version with no cuss words in it.
I love that.
And people loved it, but that's so much fucking work.
That's why I was trying to say stuff instead of shit tonight.
Yeah.
But man, I bullshit.
But my dad loved that episode.
I'm not kidding you.
My dad doesn't comment a lot on
I'm
my
not kidding
episodes,
you.
but he said that was a good episode.
I'm not kidding you. I have some splices that's on my YouTube page, which don't get a lot of views, but it's on my YouTube page, man.
Yeah.
It's right there right now. Like we had a good conversation the last time.
Yeah, we had a good one this time too.
This been dope.
Yeah. So I've been trying, like, I honestly the past couple months on social medias, I've been getting really good numbers. Probably each episode's getting over 25,000 views or so, like, per month.
I'm gonna tell you, like I told you earlier, there's a breakthrough coming. Keep doing what you're doing. Set your goal.
That's the other thing that keeps throwing me off. I see this chick named Bobby Altoff.
I don't know what that means.
You know what? I'm not going to go down there. Yeah, let's end this thing.
No, make your goal 300. When you get there, just do what you do.
300 episodes.
You got it.
All right.
You got it.
All right. I keep, now that I've got a little bit more money.
You crazy, dude.
I keep this a little stocked nicer.
You crazy.
So, yeah, you keep throwing me some amazing guests. And I will. You got an open bar. Open bar, dude.
Here's the thing, though. Why don't you think I know the people in the community that you need to connect and talk to?
No, I know you do. That's why I'm saying, come on over.
I'm telling you, all you got to do is just connect and resource with, man.
Can I have some cops on the podcast?
Absolutely.
Really?
I know a guy that come on your podcast.
A cop?
Yes.
Do I have to keep him anonymous? Because I will.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll discuss it.
Okay.
All right.
Do you have an issue with the police in Kansas City?
Absolutely not.
What have you been writing about lately?
Oh, that's dope shit. But let me answer that question. I want to expound on that. I have no problem with the Kansas City Police Department. No problem at all.
Okay.
Me and Police Chief Stacy Graves we're professionally, we have a great relationship.
Okay, good.
I have no problem with nobody. What I have a problem with is the lack of accountability, the lack of transparency, and the lack of just public information when it comes to these problem officers. We were talking about this early, even in the journalism game. There's some, just what I said, bad apples.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, I'm not anti-police. I've never been anti-police.
You're not an ACAB guy?
I don't know what that means.
ACAB, ACAB?
I don't know what that means.
Really?
I really don't.
All cops are bastards?
No. Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. No. Listen, I have a healthy relationship with the Kansas City Police Department. But my job is to hold public officials accountable for their misdeeds, their misrepresentation, and everything else.
Yeah, good.
That's my job. Like, it's nothing personal, but no. All Kansas City police officers aren't bad. It's just accountability and transparency. That's my biggest thing, man.
What's going on? I don't know really what's going on. I honestly don't. You're smiling at me like I'm setting you up.
No, you ain't setting me up for anything. You asked
I really
me
don't know
what I've been writing about. I write about a murder things, man.
You know what I mean.
I'm dope at what I do.
You're about
man.
some police stuff going on.
So when you asked me to come on this podcast, you asked me to come on this podcast for a reason. You said I've been really writing some really
You've been writing
stuff.
some interesting stories.
So you tell me, and you ask me the question, and I'll answer it.
What do you got? What's going on with the Kansas City Police?
And I just told you.
Like, what's not being held accountable?
So, okay, this is what I'll tell you. In other cities in the United States of America, when there's an officer-involved shooting or a excessive force shooting, these officers are identified, right? In Kansas City, we don't know who these officers are. They're repeat offenders. I'm not making this up. It's fact.
Hold on. There's repeat offenders of officers shooting?
Killing people, sir. Killing people.
Really?
And they're still on the force. You think I'm lying?
I know.
Do you think I'm lying?
No, but that's such a... I'm not aware of that. I don't think a lot of
course
people...
you're not.
And so that's a bombshell for someone to hear.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not well versed in any side. I don't know shit about cops. But in my worldview, I'm thinking if a cop shoots somebody...
And kills them. They shouldn't be a
even
cop.
if they don't kill them, I'm not saying they shouldn't be a cop, but I'm thinking they're neat because I don't know what the circumstances are. I want to know what the circumstances are, and I would assume that would affect them, and they'd have to go through some psychological training, some time off, and I'm sure there's a lot of shit that has to go on.
Okay.
And then if it's happening multiple times, then I would think they'd be like, wait a minute, are they now? Here's my question:
I got you.
Is this person just in like the roughest part of Kansas City? Hey, this is called Killer City. This ain't Kansas City. This is Killer City.
I get that.
Okay,
I
so
get that.
are there certain officers that are in what is the green zone? Is that what they call
it? Empowering green zone. So listen.
Are there certain that are like this? This is my beat. This is where I'm at. So my chances of being involved in this are higher, or is this this is just a rogue, this is a Clint Eastwood dude. Do you feel lucky, punk? Are there some rogue motherfuckers out there?
Okay, there's some rogue motherfuckers out
there. I don't know.
I know you don't know. So my job is to know, and it's to inform the public, man. So I've written, this is not like speculation or opinion. This is fact. I've written.
I trust you. That's why you're on my show. I really do trust you. I know we had earlier talk about I don't trust a lot of the media, but that's... I do trust you. There's certain areas where you can trust. I think there's loyal, trustworthy journalists out there.
I can tell you right now, there's a police officer in Kansas City, Missouri.
Get in that mic.
I could tell you right now, there's a police officer in Kansas City, Missouri that has slammed a pregnant woman to the ground.
I remember that story.
Killed a person. Watched another teenager be beat, and he's still on the force. I know for a fact there's a Kansas City police officer that's still on the force that killed an unarmed man and lied on him as that man was taking his last breath. So
a George Floyd type thing?
He shot the man who was unarmed, and he lied on the man that said he had a gun. Like, there are multiple. So basically what I'm saying to you is you have people who are police officers in Kansas City, Missouri, that have killed more than one unarmed black man, have been involved in the assault of unarmed teens that are still in the force, collecting taxpayer dollars.
Okay,
it's not it's not the indictment of the whole police department.
Sure,
but you have these people who have brutalized and terrorized people.
Okay. I sympathize with that 100%. I'm not. But wouldn't you say it is on the whole force? If all these people know about this guy, should they not come out and be like, yo, this guy's a bad apple and we need to get rid of them? From the guy that just started last week to the guy that's been there for 20 years. Yo, Officer Jones, how does this keep happening? Like, we need to, like... Shouldn't you put it on the whole force?
I detest tropes. I detest generalizations, and I detest I'm
not saying the whole force, the whole force knows about it and no one's coming out.
I'm never going to condemn the whole.
Is that against snitching culture then?
No. I'm never going to condemn a whole. I'm never going to condemn an individual for being associated with an organization. Like, you have to take these things in context, man.
Okay.
The Kansas City Police Department
is not that big.
It's different than a Kansas City police officer. But the culture is such that they allow these different officers to operate with impunity.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not right.
Shouldn't the officers speak out? And doesn't that go against the culture? Like, okay, this is the culture. We shut our mouths when this shit happens. But do you think there should be officers that be like, yo, that's not right. This is not the culture we should have.
Okay, I know this for a fact as well. Like a fact. This is not made up. There was an officer who testified against 3 or 4 officers that smashed a kid's mouth into the ground at Go Chicken Go. They thought he was in a stolen car.
Oh my God! Give me some lizard. Some lizards.
They thought he was in a stolen car. He wasn't. There was a sergeant who, I know his name, but I'm not going to say it on air. But you can Google that shit. There's a sergeant in Kansas City, Missouri, who was indicted, charged for smashing a kid's mouth into the ground, and other officers watched.
Damn.
At Go Chicken Go, this happened.
There's a Go Chicken. Hold on.
On Troost, it happened.
There's a Go Chicken Go on Troost.
Absolutely.
In Missouri?
By Rockhurst.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, man.
I'm a State Avenue kind of Go Chicken Go guy.
And 4 officers watched them do it.
Okay.
And one of the officers was a repeat killer. So my job.
What do you do about that?
My job as an opinion writer in the Kansas City Star's editorial board is to hold public officials accountable for their misdeeds.
Why is that the opinion side of the newspaper, not the editorial?
That is the editorial. Editorial and opinion is the same thing.
Okay, my bad. I don't know. Why is that in the truth part, not the opinion part? Like, here's the truth. This person did this and this and this. If it's that matter of fact, this person did this and these 4 people did this. And by the way, one of those 4 people killed somebody before, and happens to just happen to be in this same time when this crazy shit happens. Why wouldn't that be a factual part of the newspaper? Do you have to be careful? Do you have to be careful with talking about the police and people, those in power?
So you know what I do when you talk about people in power and police and all that, and mayors and county commissioners, you always follow the facts. But my job is to offer commentary about the facts, but I don't do hot takes. I offer solutions.
What's the difference?
I offer solutions.
According to you.
No, according to research.
Okay.
I don't just make this shit up.
Okay.
I'm dope at what I do, bruh.
I believe you.
You feel me? I do research.
All right, but I have to push against you a little bit.
You
just
have
to. Get
to.
What you have to do. I
don't just make shit up. You feel me?
Yeah. I'm doing what you do.
Man, and listen, I do this shit. I do it at a high level, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Not me.
I've never been sued a day in my life for slander or libel.
Okay.
Ever.
Me neither.
Okay, then. Salute.
But I could be if people look deep enough. I've said some dirty shit against some people. If they really wanted to come after me, they could. I'd have a tough fight.
Right. So as we wrap this up, how you want to wrap it up? Like, seriously.
I don't wrap it up. Don't believe in condoms. I raw dog that shit all fucking day.
You're the most craziest motherfucking podcast I've ever been on.
Thanks.
I hope I don't get fired after this because I've been cursing.
I hope you do.
Talking shit. Why?
So you get better. Something better will happen.
You did.
So you can go to CNN.
I don't want to be a CNN.
And sell out to those motherfuckers.
I ain't selling out.
I'm never going to sell horse out. Medicine.
I'm never going to sell
and that
out.
the COVID vaccine was saving effect.
I'm staying true to my people in Kansas City, man. This is home. Yeah. I love this place, man.
I don't need to end this episode. You end it. How do you want to end it? This is my show. I end it how I want whenever I want. It's your mic.
You told me you wanted me to come on and talk shit about what I've been writing about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got the NIL.
We've
been going.
We ain't even talked about it. Oh, so my latest piece was about a kid that's.
I got a piece so bad.
Push pause.
Let's take a break and we'll talk NIL and action. We're back, baby. City of Compton. All right. We never got around to finishing this. We're going to end on this. It's been a long episode. I hope people are still with us. I'm sure they are. How did you get canceled? That's how we're ending. You told me to remind you before we cut the mics on. That was 3 hours ago. To those listening, we've edited a lot. Nothing you missed important. Just incriminating things.
So, to just be frankly honest, I was invited to be a public speaker.
Get on that mic.
I was invited to be a public speaker at a local civil rights annual fun banquet.
Okay.
And I was invited to be a guest speaker, and I do that for a living. That's part of what I do, man. I do guest speaking and motivational speaking, and just I get out and try to get into the community and just
I'm trying to do the same thing
and testify.
Let me guest speak out there,
right? Just testify about the power of never giving up on your dreams, and the stuff that make you.
You're the man, TP. You're the goddamn man. Like, if anybody can invigorate anybody, it's you. The life that you've led, the story that you have, the energy you have, like, the shit you've gone through would have put me in a place that I don't know that I could get out of.
Absolutely. I was built for the life, man. I was built for it, man.
Yeah, it was your mom, right?
My mom, my dad, my brothers, my family, man. I come from a family full of people who just grinded, man, in their life. We never had anything. And so you learn that in the hard scramble. It's like cliche, it's just like a trope, but it's really true. I come from a hard scramble environment, man.
I shouldn't drink anymore.
You shouldn't. But
I need to wet my whistle. I have cotton mouth.
But the point you even reached out to me is, man, I'm out here, I'm highlighting injustices, I'm highlighting wrongs, but I'm highlighting positivity in the community as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you reached out, because I've been writing a bunch of different things. And that's what your DM said. You got a bunch of different things you've been writing about. So come over here. But it's also a testimony to the.
How'd you get canceled? God damn it! You are a sidestepping, square dancing fool.
Okay.
How you? Here's the thing. Before we started the mics 3 hours ago, you said, "Oh, I got a good story. Ask me about how I got canceled, and we'll save it for the mic."
Okay.
All right. However long now you're like acting like I'm some asshole, acting like a got you moment, like I'm trying to get you. You came to me with this. How'd you get canceled, motherfucker?
Man. You know what? That's man. So I'm
the journalist here. So in Breaking Bad, when she's like, "What would you do?" What was it? I'm the one. What is it? I'm the one. I'm the one who knocks. I'm the one who knocks. I'm the one who asks the questions.
Okay.
TP.
So I'm gonna do you like people have done me in my life, from Missouri Governor Mike Parson to U.S. Senator Josh Hawley to Missouri AG Andrew Bailey. No comment.
Okay. No comment on how you got canceled? Before we started this thing, you told me to ask you about how you got canceled recently. That's a crazy story. And now I'm bringing it up, and you're telling me no comment?
No comment.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I won't air this entire episode, and I'll come out with my retirement episode if you don't fucking tell me this shit.
It's called the cliffhanger.
No cliffhanger.
I want to come back and finish the story because it's yet to be told.
I will. I'll edit this thing where this is at the beginning of the episode if you want. You want the most people to listen to it? We'll do it at the beginning. How dare you?
Okay.
How dare you?
Okay. So here's my thing, man. So I was invited to this civil rights organization's annual banquet. When they found out that I worked for the KC Star editorial board, they counseled me. They said that I had written too many pieces that was critical of leaders in the area.
Good for you.
But my job is to hold public.
Good for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Fuck them then.
Thank you.
Oh, how dare you? You're critical of us. You're looking into us. Don't you know that we should just get away with whatever the fuck we want?
Thank you.
Do you know what kind of power we have? No, fuck you. You're canceled. Fuck them. Who were these people?
I'm not naming names.
Come on.
I would not do that.
How can I get this information? What rabbit hole do I need to go down to get this information and do my journalist abilities to get this information? What civil rights conference or group this was?
Tell me this.
Who were these people? Because I'm not aware of that. All I would guess was that it was BLM.
Tell me.
Because they're the most...
No. Listen. I'm gonna listen. Tell me this.
Okay.
I'm the source.
You're the source of what?
The information that I'm telling you.
Oh, give it to me.
I just gave it to you. So there's nobody else you can talk to. I'm the source. Now, if you need to confirm it, I'm not going to give you any kind of details or leads to whoever the organization
But how
was.
could I find this information? Could I
It's true.
find out?
My credibility is on the line, sir. I'm not making these things up.
I'm messing you up, but who was the group then?
I'm not. I would never say that.
Well, how would I find the information for that?
It's not public knowledge. This is an exclusive you're getting.
Well, it's not exclusive if I don't have any answer. You're giving me an exclusive question? Oh, thank you. Thank you for giving me an unanswerable question that's exclusive. Mm-hmm. An exclusive, sir, as someone who's in the media, my friend, an exclusive means you give me the answer, not the question. I will give you the question.
So see, that's the difference between a broadcaster, a podcaster, a journalist, and an opinion writer.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do your research. Like I was saying earlier, I don't have to give you the names of the Kansas City police officers who then shot and killed people that's still on the police force.
I can get that information.
That's
easy.
That's documented fact.
That's easy information. But my question is, the information seems hard to get, but maybe it's not, is who is the civil rights group that was asking you to have a speech and then canceled you? Where can I find that information?
All I can
if I were to look into that, where would I find it?
It's not public knowledge. I'm giving you the exclusive. That's all you need to know. And it hurt my heart. That's all you need to know. It hurt my heart. But who
would it be? I don't even. But seriously, I don't even know any of the groups who would be.
That's right. So here's the deal, man. Because I am who I am, and I'm all about brokering peace. I reached out to the people who organized this event, and I sat down with one of their representatives, and I explained to them who I am, like I did to you the first podcast we ever had.
Right.
And they, I think they felt that and they understood that, and I think it's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, so it still could be resolved.
Absolutely, but
just say that then. I'll respect that.
But it hurt my heart.
Just don't tell me you're not gonna tell me.
It hurt my heart though to get canceled, man. Like, I've never been canceled.
Just because you were doing your job and keeping them accountable.
Absolutely, it hurt my heart.
Well, that would make me skeptical of anything they were to do or say they're going to do. So they might be feeding you full of lies.
No, man. I have an instinct. I have an intuition. I know the real and not.
All right.
I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. I wouldn't even be here. If you weren't a good dude, I wouldn't even be here.
Well, it has nothing to do with the other story. It's two different things.
I turned down interview requests with people who I knew wasn't real. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm a real one. I'm not arguing that. All right. Well, fine. I guess you kind of gave me a story. I'm annoyed.
It ain't a story. It's just a feeling, bro. Like,
I'm annoyed. You told me to ask you about this.
Have you ever been canceled by your? Have you ever been canceled?
You can't cancel me. You cannot cancel me. Nobody can cancel me. Nobody owns me.
See,
you can't cancel me.
This why I fuck with you.
Yeah.
This why I fuck with you.
Yeah.
This why I'm here.
Yeah.
This why I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I appreciate you.
Cut your nails.
You crazy. You're a wild boy.
I know. All right, Toriano, how can people find you? We could go all night, but people don't want to keep just seeing each other argue and stroke each other off at the same time.
That's absolutely.
This is what this has been. How can people find you? What do you want people, this is your couple minutes here. Let's end this thing. End it how you want.
I'm pretty much easy to find on socials. The mainstream socials, Facebook, X.
Handsome motherfucker. You should be a model. Yeah. Have you thought about doing the Kansas City Fashion Week? Because you got your Instagram game on point. Yeah. You got the fits. You got the look. You got the lighting. Someone taught you how to do this shit. Well, whatever it is, you've got an Instagram game, son.
I got this shit from my mama and my daddy.
I know you did.
Eddie and Renee. I give them props every single time I can. But, man, I'm humble.
Yeah.
I've never met a camera that I didn't like. But that mirror is a motherfucker, man. Yeah. And you have to look in that thing.
I don't.
And I do.
I look at my teeth when I brush my teeth. When I brush my teeth, I don't ever look at them. I'm like, no, I can't look at that.
I look in the mirror every single day, man. You have to be okay with yourself. You feel me? And if nothing else, I can give your audience that's that. Look in that mirror. That thing will tell you everything you need to know, man. And you can be a person that you're true to.
Damn. You're right. Fuck, you're right. Is that all you want to say? Look in the mirror?
I'm done.
Toriano Porter. Find him at the KC Star. find him on Instagram at Toriano Porter. Hit his link tree.
I also have a website, TorianoPorter.com.
TorianoPorter.com.
I'm also on Amazon.com.
Amazon.com. You guys already know I've pimped the book, The 5 People You Meet Before You Get to Heaven.
Nah, the 5 people you meet in the hood.
I got it. I always fuck the title up, but I've listened to that book like 3 times.
That's dope.
I like it a lot.
I've listened to it about 7 times. It's dope.
I love that you read it. Anyways, everybody, go find his shit. You'll find it. Toriano Porter. I'm Ryan Westa. Neanderthal Podcast. Bye.
Leave me the fuck alone. Neanderthal, hardest podcast in the world, you stupid ass bitch.